What's up, guys? Just in the forest here in the deep Canadian wilderness. If you see a bear, let me know and I'll jet. This is a big bear, guys. This ain't no small little bear. This is a big bear. Check it out. I hope you can see it. I gotta get up close to it. When I was younger, I used to want to destroy things. It was actually a fantasy of mine to be given the keys to like a Walmart or like a big superstore or like a big warehouse or a school or somebody's house and be allowed to just destroy it, just tear down everything, make the biggest mess possible. That just gave me the biggest sense of satisfaction, imagining that. Just destroy everything, pull everything off the shelves, open the paint cans and just spread them everywhere, just smash everything with sledgehammers and stuff like that. And I love that. I adored the idea of that. And one time my dad was coaching soccer in a school. So the school's closed, it's like 6 at night or something, and he's coaching the soccer team, and my sister and I are quite young. We're like maybe 8, or she's 8 and I'm maybe like 5 or something. No, I couldn't be that young. I was probably like 7, she was probably 10. And we were just walking around the school while my dad was coaching the soccer team in the gym, indoor gym. And my sister and I would go into these classrooms. So we went to this one classroom one time and we just destroyed it. We just would like swap everyone's things around in their desks and draw all over the walls and desks. And hello, how's it going?
Good.
And we just destroy it, and we like would put glue in people's desks and then pour like the pencil sharpener remnants, the shreds of pencils, into the glue, so it just like totally stuck and just F everything up, man. Anyways, why am I telling you this? Because I think when you have a lot of destruction going on inside your body because you're eating dead animals that were just mutilated, and you're just eating crap, then it's gonna manifest on the outside. Good morning.
Morning.
It's gonna manifest on the outside in ways that reflect that destruction. So if you're feeling destroyed on the inside, then you probably want to destroy things on the outside as well, or you probably don't care if things are destroyed. But I think the cleaner you get, the cleaner you want things to be. As above, so below. As within, so without. So now when I'm building things or when I'm in places, I love things to be tickety-boo. I love things to just be so nice and clean and tidy and perfect. And it definitely was not always that case. I wanted to destroy shit. So that is, to me, that is just very interesting, because I thought I was that type of person who just liked everything complete mess and destroyed and wrecked. And now I'm finding, oh no, man, like there's love inside organization and perfection and cleanliness. Cleanliness is next to godliness. I just love it. And I'm not perfect at being perfect by any means. I don't have OCD or anything like that, or I don't have I'm not like super clean and organized and tidy like some people are, which I really admire. I love when people like have their pencils and pens just right, or if there's a speck of dust on something, they just pick it off, and I love that. I'm not quite there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be there. We'll see. Only time will tell. But I'm definitely getting cleaner and more organized and more tidy the longer I'm on this fruitarian diet. I think the diet has lots to do with it. I'm especially clean and tidy and organized when I'm doing a fast of some sort, like a watermelon fast or orange juice cleanse or coconut water fast. Super clean and organized then, because on my insides they're just super pristine, and I want to make sure everything outside of me is pristine as well. So yeah, that's just pretty cool there. What else was I gonna say? Like, you guys want some longer videos. You guys seem to like these walks in the woods, but I don't want to bore you. I don't want to just talk about stuff for the sake of talking about stuff, but I think stories are really cool. Especially when you can relate them and tie them back into fruitarianism. Oh, another thing that I guess I've never really told anyone was, like, I'm really into convenience as well. Like, I love convenience. I need things to be convenient. If things aren't convenient, I'm most likely not gonna do them. Most likely not gonna do them. I just need things to be super convenient. So, for an example, what does that mean? When I was in bed as a kid, I had a stick near my bed, so I wouldn't have to get up and turn the light off. I could just grab the stick and poke the light. Another thing that made life convenient was, I still to this day, look bro, my shoes are just always tied. Oh, obviously they're tied now. What am I showing you that for? Obviously they're tied now because I'm wearing them, but they're always tied. I don't want to tie my shoes. Another thing that's super convenient is just not wearing shirts, not wearing clothes. You just don't have to wear clothes. And fruitarianism makes things so convenient. Fruitarianism makes things so convenient. There's no dishes. I absolutely hated dishes, man. To me, convenience was using paper plates. I did that. I used paper plates and plastic cups. Why? So I didn't have to wash them. I just chuck them. That's very convenient. Not good for the environment, but very convenient. So now with fruitarianism, dude, you know what? My only dishes is like maybe rinsing the blender after I drink a smoothie. And that rinsing a blender is like, takes less time than taking a piss. Taking a piss takes a lot longer than rinsing a blender. Rinsing a blender, just add water, shake it, done. Fruitarianism makes life super convenient in that sense. No dishes. The other thing, in Thailand I didn't have a fork and I didn't have a knife. I just used a spoon. I guess I had a coconut knife, cleaver, just bam, cut the coconuts open. But fruitarianism is so convenient. So no utensils either. I didn't even have a cutting board. I gave my cutting board away. Never used it. Bought it. I was like, oh yeah, I use it for pineapples and stuff. Never ended up buying it. I just ended up buying the cut up pineapples. That's convenient. So for fruitarianism, you just grab an apple, eat it. Grab a banana, peel it, eat it. Chuck the skin. Super convenient. Where was I going with that though? Why did I want to talk about convenience? Maybe I just subconsciously wanted to tie it in with fruitarianism. I'm not sure. Oh no, that's it. Wow, it's funny how the mind remembers and forgets, remembers and forgets. The reason I wanted to talk about convenience was because one thing that I was so proud of was my ability to go days without shitting. I could go 3 days without taking a poop. And I thought that was great. You know, taking a poop is a waste of time. I can save time just by not shitting. So check it out, man. I was like a 7, 8, 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old who could go days without shitting. And if that was me, imagine how many other kids there are. And I was eating a relatively healthy diet. I wasn't eating like the worst diet like some of my friends. At least I was eating like whole grain breads. At least I was eating like potatoes and things like that. I don't know if that's even considered relatively healthy, but my mom was conscious. Let's just say that. My mom fed us consciously. More consciously than... She didn't let us eat garbage. My dad let us eat garbage. My mom didn't really let us eat garbage. What I now see as garbage, she didn't see as garbage. But anyways, point is, if I was that constipated, imagine how many other people are constipated. My definition of constipated is if you're shitting 1 time a day or less. If you're shitting twice a day, you got some work to do. I wouldn't say you're quite constipated, but you're definitely not as fluid as you could be. But man, you got to be going at least 3, 4, 5 times a day. If you're not going 3, 4, 5 times a day, there's either some emotional issues going on where you're just not letting go, you're just not digesting like your life experiences. You're just not able to digest what's going on. Or you're eating or most likely both, you're eating a really hard to digest, hard to eliminate diet. Dead animals have no fiber in them. Dead animal excretions have no fiber in them. Fiber is what allows things to just move through our body. Water and fiber. Dead animals have... Fuck, man. You don't even focus on that. Just focus on the fruit, honestly. I'm not going to go into the dead animal business. Just focus on the fruit. Focus on nature. Everything around here is pure water and fiber. If you look in nature, man, everything's water and fiber except for the animals. Because the animals need the water and the fiber. So... that's what I wanted to say about the convenience, was I thought it was convenient not to shit. Now I think it's convenient never to get sick. I think it's convenient to be extremely happy, healthy, and wealthy. I think it's extremely easy. I think it's much easier to live a healthier life than it is to live an unhealthy life. When I was unhealthy, life was not easy. I was in dark, deep places where I went days one time. I remember sitting in my room and not remembering the last day that went by without me not crying. I remember crying every single day. And I reflected back, I had a little diary, and I was like, dude, it's like day 7 where I've cried every single day in a row. What kind of life is that, man? And that wasn't like crying from happiness. I cry from happiness every now and then now. In fact, I should make more of a point to do that. Because you can consciously bring yourself to cry out of happiness, and you can consciously bring yourself to cry out of sadness. Actors do it all the time in Hollywood. But it affects how you feel greatly. It affects your heart massively. So, yeah, man, I would cry out of just frustration, anger, just built up. I remember like punching pillows and like smashing my skateboard and just swearing like fuck, and like I wasn't allowed to go to a movie one night. I wanted to go see the Eminem 8 Mile or something. And my mom was like, no, you can't see that. It's too late and that's not a good movie for you. It's too negative, blah, blah, blah. And I just went to my room and I was like, you know what? I don't care if I die right now. Like I could commit suicide. I really don't care. Just end my life. I don't need to be here. Nobody even likes me. I can just end it right now. Like that's what kind of mentality I was growing up with, man. And if I didn't change my ways, and I didn't until college when I was in between a rock and a hard place, if I didn't change my ways, I would have just kept going on being like every other sad human out there, I guess. No pun intended. Standard North American diet human. But seriously, like every sad human out there, there's a lot of people who out there have victim mentalities, always blaming things outside themselves. And it wasn't until I found this book on law of attraction and watched a movie with the slaughterhouse that I completely changed my life. The movie I watched, by the way, is called Faces of Death. I'm going to turn around because I absolutely love that path. That was a great one. Faces of Death, I watched that. It was just a movie about how like everything dies. Like how monkeys get slaughtered, how humans get killed in electric chairs, how cops like shoot people in the head, how alligators eat like safari people. It's pretty crazy how like lions eat giraffes. And then it showed like a scene in like, how cows died in slaughterhouses. And I was like, whoa, that's not right. That's like a Holocaust shit, man. There's no way I can eat red meat now after watching that. So I told everyone, I was like, hey, no more red meat. And I thought it was really cool, like putting the stake in the ground, you know? Oh, no pun intended, but putting the stake in the ground, saying, no more red meat. I like that. Put the stake in the ground, no more red meat. Puns, bro, puns for days. And then I was like given some chicken, and I was like, okay, I can eat chicken, because I didn't say I couldn't eat chicken, I just said no red meat. And I was like, chicken's not red meat, so therefore I'll eat it. But I felt very uncomfortable, I felt very disgusted with myself and what I was doing when I was eating the chicken after I said no red meat. Totally hypocritical. And then I said, okay, no chicken, no more red meat. And then my friends would go to like McDonald's, we'd get like a fish fillet or something, and I was like, I ate the fish fillet, but then I was like, fuck it, man, just go vegan, just no animals. I didn't say go vegan in my head, but I was just like, no animals. Like the concept of veganism wasn't really in the front of my mind. It was like maybe in the back of my head sometimes, but I didn't really entertain the idea of being vegan. But I was just like, I don't want to eat any animals. And then I kept eating like eggs and eggs and butter and stuff like that. But like no bacon, no chicken, no fish, none of that stuff, no steak. And life was, I guess, getting a bit better. I was becoming more conscious. People were like identifying me as like that guy. So I remember my friend like doing bench press at the gym, and I walked up to him and he like stopped in the middle of his set, got up. He's like, Ted, are you a vegetarian? I just laughed, and he just like followed me around the gym. He's like, Ted, are you a vegetarian? And he was like so concerned. He's like, dude, don't go over to that side. Those guys are weird. Shows what kind of friends I had, huh? Anyways, cool people, cool friends. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't eat those animals anymore. I started reading about, veganism and Face on Your Plate. That was a good book there. But the other thing, yeah, that's where I want to go. My whole life totally changed around, took a different 180 direction when I found out about the law of attraction and when I watched that movie Faces of Death. And the way I found out about law of attraction was when I watched, I think it's like Mike Dooley. Mike Dooley's got a video called Thoughts Become Things. And he talks about how like he wrote down a list of like everything he wanted, and then like a few years later he like found that list and he looked at it and he realized that like everything on that list he had experienced. It was like boom, 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 boom. And he's just like, dude, like thoughts actually become things. And he went on to like describe the law of attraction a bit. And like, I was kind of like a stoner hippie kind of guy at the time. Not really hippie, but just like a stoner and into kind of like metaphysics, and I thought that stuff was kind of cool. So I immediately looked into it, and boom, I found out the secret and stuff, I think. And I was just like, oh my god, I need to write a list of like everything I want. And from that day on, like, I wrote it in like a little text document on my PC before I had a Mac. And I think I still have that somewhere. Like, it's called like List of Things I Want. And I had a whole bunch of crap on there that I don't even want anymore. And that's really interesting because I remember hearing about a grandma who, somebody asked her, like, did you get everything you wanted in life that you said you wanted when you were younger? And she's like, all the things I wanted, I gotten. And all the things but there were a lot of things I said I wanted that I just no longer want. And I was like, how could that be? How can you want something at one point in your life but just not want it again in a later part of your life? But dude, that's the way life works. Like, we want something one moment, and the next moment, because that's all there is, life is just a bunch of moments, the next moment we don't want it. And vice versa. Like, there are days where I was like, I don't want to meditate right now. But I do it anyway because it's habit. I was like, I just got to do it because I know it works very well, like every time. So I don't want to meditate, but then I'm meditating and I'm just like in the zone. And then the timer goes. And I was like, I don't want to stop meditating. I don't want to stop. So like 12 minutes ago, I didn't want to start, and now 12 minutes after, I don't want to stop. You know, it's just like a very short period of time when you go from like not wanting something to then wanting something. And again, vice versa. Like, you could say like, oh, I really want to be with this person, and then you get with them, you be with them for a few days, and you're like, no, definitely not my style, not my kind of person. So things are gonna change. And like, I wanted a Lamborghini, and I went and didn't test drive one, but I went and sat in one. I kind of like acted like I was gonna buy one, acting as if. Felt really cool, felt really rich walking in there, all boss. And I go in there, I sit in one, and I'm like, okay, definitely don't want one of these. But I thought I did, you know, for years I thought I wanted one. I wrote it down, I like visualized it, I put it in like my mind movies. And I was like, dude, I don't even want that anymore. So that's fine, man. You don't have to keep wanting things that you said you wanted. It's okay to change your mind. Go a different path. All that matters though, man, now that I'm realizing it, the more I realize it, and I think the reason I'm so grateful the only reason I'm so blessed to be able to realize this point I'm about to tell you next is because I've read a lot and I've studied a lot and listened to a lot of Abraham Hicks, Esther and Jerry Hicks. Check them out if you haven't heard them already. And she talks a lot about how emotions are our guidance system. And I first started listening to her about 5 years ago. Emotions being our guidance system, and everything she says, man, is so on point. Like, the only thing that matters is that we feel good. The only thing that matters is that we feel good. And the purpose of life is joy. And she talks a lot about like beliefs just being thoughts that we've thought a lot, and nothing more than that. So we can change them if we just keep thinking a different thought. But the thought has to feel really good for us to continue thinking it, or at least it needs to elicit a certain emotional response for us to keep thinking about it. But the more we think about something, the more our beliefs can change about that thing. But yeah, man. So what I've realized thanks to her is that emotions are everything. So happiness is number one. If you're not happy, nothing else matters. If you're not happy, nothing else matters. That's why people commit suicide. They get to a point where literally they're so depressed that there's no point in living, so they kill themselves. There's just no point, so they kill themselves. And with happiness, it's like you're just so happy that you're willing to just like give everything to someone or something, you know? You're just so happy that nothing else matters. The only thing that matters is that you're so happy. So when you're happy and stuff happens, it doesn't matter. Even if the good stuff happens, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you're in a really good mood and someone's like, here's $50, you'd be like, sweet, thanks. Like, I guess that just like can like keep you in that state or help you like realize what state you're already in. When someone gives you $50 and you're already happy, but really it doesn't matter if someone gave you $50, because if they didn't give you $50, you'd be happy anyway, you know, because you're happy. And if you're sad and someone gives you $50, well, it doesn't matter because you're sad. So they go, thanks, $50, but I'm still sad. So our circumstances don't change the way we feel. They merely reflect back to us the way we've been feeling. And a lot of times we're unconscious of the way we've been feeling. So let's say we're doing some work on a computer and our computer freezes and we're like, fucking computer. It's not because the computer froze that we're freaking out. It's that we were freaking out and then the computer froze. Emotions come first. Emotions come first. It's not the other way around. As within, so without. So, yeah, man, someone can't make you feel a certain way. You can only perceive them to be a certain way, and then from that perception of them or of that thing happening, then you start to feel something, like, immediately. Let's go this way. Anyways, guys, that's a little walk and talk with Ted in the woods. If you guys want me to talk about something specific, I don't know. There's something really weird that happens when that happens. Like, okay, guys, tell me what you want me to talk about. Instead of just doing what I want to talk about. And then you tell me, and I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. And then I feel kind of like pigeonholed or kind of like put in a box and I like have to talk about a certain topic, and it's really strange. It's like it jinxes it almost. Like, okay guys, like I can talk about anything, what do you want me to talk about? And you ask me something, you're like, oh, I don't want to screw it up, or I don't really want to talk about that. I feel forced to talk about that. It's so strange. I love discussions. I love back and forth conversations with people. I can have those all day. Brainstorms and just like sit downs, fireside chats. Those are great. Interviews, I love interviews. Because it so just flows. Boom, 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 boom. This is really one way. You know, I'm not getting anything back from you. I don't know what you guys are thinking about or responding, or I can't see your facial expressions, and I'm not getting any vibes back from you right now. It's just me and my camera and in the wilderness. And then a few hours later, maybe a day later, you're gonna see this, and yeah, it's different than being real life with somebody, obviously. But I don't know. If you guys met me in real life, you think I'm the same in real life or different on YouTube? What do you think? I think I can be different on YouTube if I try. But there's certain things I can't hide, like my smile. No, there's certain things I can't hide, like things just come out, you know. My smile just comes out sometimes, and there's certain thoughts just come out. But when I do a lot of edits, sometimes I screw up a lot. Not a lot, but I screw up a bit. Like when I say a lot, I cut that out. So when you see like a lot of those jump cuts, it's not me like saying something I don't want to say a lot. Well, I guess it is, the word but it's not like I said like, oh, Ted's really stupid, and I had to cut that out so you guys wouldn't see that I call myself stupid. It's not like that. It's just little cuts that sometimes I slur my words as well. I can't really hear what I'm saying. That's more so in real life. I never really edit that out in videos. But what else do I edit out in videos? Oh, I guess if I say something like I think I'm gonna regret later, like if I said something like maybe something about like someone in my family, I'm like, oh, they're probably gonna watch this, I should cut that out, because I got in a lot of trouble. Sometimes I'll say something about someone in my family and they'll watch it. I'm like, how the hell did you even watch that? And how did you even find that? And blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, can't believe you said that. And I was like, jeepers creepers, man. I'm just being honest. But the difference between being honest and being helpful, I suppose. Honesty and helpfulness is not always the same thing. So, okay, that's it, guys. You guys have had 23 minutes with me, going on 24 minutes with me. Last thing I want to mention here before I go, let me know in the comments below if this happens to you. But when you shower, like, what's your routine? What's your regime in the shower? Like, do you like immediately go in the shower? Do you like have it on hot and you put on the soap right away? Or do you get your hair wet? Or do you not use any soap at all? Do you put on like certain stuff on your armpits, certain stuff for your face, certain stuff for your body, certain stuff for your vag, certain stuff for your dick, certain stuff for your face or hair? Like, what do you do? What's your regime? I'm trying to find like that perfect shower regime, but something that definitely works for me every time. I don't do it every time, but it works every time. Is I go in there, it's hot initially, or warm at least initially, unless I'm in Thailand, that's like cold right away because I'm freaking hot already. But in Canada, I go in there hot, and then I just get everything, you know, wet, nice and warm. And then when I'm ready, I go cold, and then hot, and then cold, and then hot, and then back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then by the end of it, I'm like so stimulated. I'm so like got stuff flowing, got the lymphatic going there. It feels amazing. And then I just feel like a super champ. And then before I leave, I put on max cold, and I just stand there for as long as I can cold, and then I get out. Again, I don't do that every time, but when I do it, it works every single time. When I do it, it feels really good. Try to make a point of doing that at least a couple times a week. But I don't even shower every day, to be honest. I really don't shower every day. When I'm eating high-fat foods, look at me, I can just keep talking. When I eat high-fat foods like avocados, or mostly avocados, when I eat a lot of avocados, and I mix it, like do improper food combining, like mix avocados with dates or something, or mix avocados with bananas or something like that, whatever. Never mix fat and sugar. But when I do that, then I can get some body odor. It's quite interesting. But if I'm eating like just apricots all day, or blueberries all day, or just like super clean, like, you know, Avatar level, just OJ all day, coconut water all day, I don't no body odor, I don't stink, and I feel good, I feel clean. I don't need to shower. My mom just came home from her trip from Europe, and she was raw vegan for the first couple days when she got back. I think she's been raw ever since she got back. That's cool. She got back and she's like, Ted, I haven't showered in 2 days. Isn't that gross? And I'm like, well, don't you feel clean because you're eating raw? And she's like, yeah, I guess. It's like when you're eating cooked, you just feel dirtier, so you want to like shower off, and so like, you know, shit comes out of your skin. But when you're eating super low fat, clean, simple, raw vegan, you just feel clean. It's like natural hygiene, man. It's natural hygiene. So yeah, but anyways, the thing I wanted to ask too is like when you take your nails, there's like semi-long nails, so those are like semi-long nails, and you like scrape your face and neck and like your chest, do you like get like a bunch of like crud under your nails, your fingernails? Let me know, because when I'm in the shower, again, I don't shower every single day, so when I do, maybe every 3 or 4 days or something, unless I'm working out, then I go and shower, but lately I haven't been working out, that hardcore, just long walks. I can like scrape my chest and scrape my neck and like my arms, and I can get like some black stuff under my nails. So is that just me? I think it's everyone, but let me know if you ever do that, if you ever do like some scraping like that. Might not even be good for your skin, because it makes the skin quite red after. But anyways, this video's gone on far too long. Hope you got something from this video though. Had a lot of cool memories in this forest. Let's end it here. Peace out.